a warm welcome to you on your first agricultural television in the capital city of Abuja, Nigeria. This is Improved Seats, and I am Hilda Homsen Frantuam. Today I have a very special guest in the house. Of course, all my guests are always special and they are outstanding. I have a plant breeder, Mr. Kenneth Mbuma Chukwuka. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing fine.
All right. And today we're going to talk about, the prediction of the rainfall that the Meteorological Agency announced. The Nigeria Meteorological Agency recently, that's around February, presented the 2024 seasonal climate prediction in Abuja. I know they forecast that the release of rainfall will be delayed in some part of the country while others will have more. This and more will be our topic of discussion on the program Improved Seats. Stay right there. We'll be right back after the short break. The Nigeria Meteorological Agency (NIMET) presents the seasonal climate prediction annually in fulfillment of its statutory responsibility to advise the government and people of Nigeria on all aspects of weather and climate. The agency produces the forecast using state-of-the-art forecasting tool and contemporary scientific knowledge from all relevant and related bodies, both in the private and the public sectors in Nigeria. The forecasts are particularly useful for operators in weather-sensitive sectors such as agriculture, aviation, construction, water resources, health, trade and tourism, amidst others. An early end of the season is predicted for parts of Yobe, Jigawa, Sokoto, Kebbi, Kano, Kaduna, Plateau, Nasarawa, Taraba, Gombe, Bauchi, Cross River, Ebonyi, Ogun, and Lagos states, while the little dry season, that is the occurrence of 2024, is projected to start from the 22nd of July to the 2nd of August 2024. A long break in rainfall is predicted over Kwara and Lagos State with a duration of more than 27 days. Some parts of Oyo, Ogun, Ekiti, and Lagos states are likely to have a low to moderate events with a coverage of about 18 and 27 days. Ondo, Edo, and some adjoining areas in Kogi states may experience shorter. According to NIMET, there is the possibility of isolated flash floods in areas that are prone to flooding and drought in some northern states, where the rainy season is expected to be short. Farmers will feel the brunt of devastating consequences of both, with impact on food security and the economy. Farmers are, by the report, urged to adopt moisture conservation techniques to mitigate crop losses during the wet season. Because of the primacy of farmers and herders in the economic chain of our country, what is expected of government is to put in place measures that will sustain the harmonious relationship between these two groups and avoid needless bloodshed. Another challenge which stakeholders should reflect upon concern reducing the alarming post-harvest losses in the agricultural sector. These losses that traditionally occur during the peak of the rainy season are detrimental to the country's economy. It is one thing to have a bumper harvest during the rainy season, and it is another thing to have the capacity to preserve the harvest for immediate gains of the farmers during the high demand for food in the dry season. Nigerians should therefore take seriously the meteorological information about NIMET to avert recurring disasters. Climate change is a big threat to Nigerian food security. Affecting both subsistence and commercial farming. Climate change causes an increase of diseases and pests, thereby declining agricultural production. Declining rainfall in northern areas of Nigeria is causing increasingly desertification. Floods are among the most frequent and costly natural disasters in terms of human hardship and economic loss. They have caused untold damage in the last couple of years, especially with prolonged rainfall over several days. Therefore, we implore all the relevant authorities to prepare for the rains with great diligence. Individuals and groups living on floodplains on flood areas should be evacuated or made to stay away from the potential dangers of their places of abode. Welcome back. Before we went on the short break, I told you that I have Mr. Kenneth Chukwuka, a plant breeder, and our focus of discussion today is the prediction of rainfall. You know, that has been said that part of the country will have delay in rain while others will have, so much rain. The rainfall will differ this year. Now, what is the fate of our farmers?
All right. The issue with rainfall with regard to Nigerian ecosystem is that the NIMET, which is the Nigeria Meteorological Agency, released a report on rainfall pattern within the country. Yes. And then within their report, they reported that the rainfall is going to last till November. And then as with regard to that, what do farmers stand to gain?
What is their fate?
Yes, because this implies that the normal August rainfall break, which is usually a challenge to most of the rice farmers that really planted late, because most of the times when most of all these farmers planted and during the flowering period of this rice, once it's hit by 2 weeks
of
drought period, especially during August when they say there's August break. So, and these are the period. This is the period that the rice is heading, which is flowering period, and there's no rainfall for 2 weeks. And then the rice is not planted in a place where it's well irrigated. Then there's going to be a lot of chaff.
Sure.
Yes, there's what we call grain filling. And then once these plants didn't feel there's not much water for them to fill the grains, that's what results to a lot of chaff when the farmers harvest. So and mostly grain heading, if you plant your rice early stage, it must probably have gotten over August before the August break sets in. But this time around, the rain is spread till November. So before,
so it's a plus for them.
plus situation to the farmers.
No, but now you see, the problem is this: if it's a plus to the rice farmers, what about other farmers?
Yeah, other farmers, it's also a plus too, especially those farmers that plant maize, beans, and cassava.
Okay, so are we trying to say that by the month of August we've not harvested our corn, or the rain is still good for the corn?
Yeah, the advantage there is that farmers could plant twice.
Okay.
So you can harvest your first plant and then go for the second planting.
Okay.
Because the rain is there.
The rain is there.
Because if it's going to rain till November, so you can actually plan 2 planting periods.
Okay.
So you can plant the first, probably harvest around June, July, August. And then by even ending of September, beginning of September, you plant your second edition. Because maize on a normal doesn't last for that long number of months. So it's 3 months plant. Yes, 90 days, 90 something. Some has 80 something days, and then it's due for harvest. So that's what makes it very, very good for farmers to plant and then get good varieties that could produce a very bumper harvest and yield.
Now with the improved varieties of seedlings and seeds, and with the rain, now from what you're saying, it's like farmers are excited and they like the prediction and the delay of the rain, right? So now we have plants and crops that are are hybrided, that goes for less than that 3 to 4 months, and stuff like Irish potato, don't you think the rainfall will bring more of blights and more of diseases and pests to our plants?
Yeah, this is where agronomic practices is relevant, because if you understand that you are going to be faced with a challenge of excessive rain, then you plan your planting. And that is why the NIMET released their report early enough. But the issue here is that most of our farmers don't get to understand or to get to know all these information, and then it's hard for them to plan. But I think if there are local meteorological stations or within their local governments or within their area councils where they could go for inquiries and then get to know what the rainfall pattern would be for the year, that will actually do a very good, it will be a good plan for them. Yes.
All right, so we're talking about the prediction of the NIMET to the delayers of rain that they announced at the beginning of the year, and how farmers can react to it. And from Mr. Kenneth's discussion here, we said that farmers are excited because it will enable them to have their farm like thrice in a year. So that means dry season farming might or might not come. This will be our next discussion after the short break. Farmers, get ready. The farming practices is very important and you must get it right. We'll be right back.
The Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria, ARCN, coordinates the activities of research institutes and is responsible for supervision, regulation, coordination of research activities and programs of higher institutions in Nigeria. And Professor Hamidu Shaributu, since assumption as Executive Secretary of ARCN in April 2020, has solidified the transformation of agriculture in Nigeria through strategic and meaningful execution of research findings for improvement of the agricultural sector. Since then, Professor Shaributu has operated as visionary captain by restoring the council's glory with the first ever agricultural television and radio station in Nigeria, with well-equipped studios parading state-of-the-art equipment.
The Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria also has a brand new electronic library to further promote research and visualizations of deep thoughts on agricultural development in Nigeria.
The museum, located in the Senator Abdullahi Adamu Center, is an agricultural museum saddled with the responsibility of keeping records of agricultural findings, discoveries, researches for continuity and history purposes.
ARCN,
promoting agriculture.
It's nice knowing that you're still here. The program Improve sits on Nigeria's first agricultural television, and we are discussing about the NIMET prediction about the delay of rain. 2024 is going to have, and they predicted that the rain will fall till November, and that is a plus to our farmers, whereby we can have you can have your crops harvested and replant again. We'll have enough water to supply and help our plants to grow. as much as it is exciting, as much as farmers would like that, of course, you must know your farming practices. That is, you must know the right thing to do and the right crops that can withstand, the period of water, and then can withstand drought and too much of water, because sometimes the ground, the soil itself, the water content might, I'm not sure, but I feel the water content might be too much in the soil. Do you think with the rain, the soil will be affected?
Really, we have moisture level of all these the soil, and then since if a farmer is planting on a swampy area, mostly which is for rice, there may be flooding, but I think that's one of the challenges that the country is battling with now, and then some of the states within the country is facing a flood in recent times. But I think the federal government is also making arrangements to cushion the effect of flood in some of those parts of the country. But for crops that are not planted where there are flood zones or swampy areas, the moisture level goes down from time to time, because once the rain stops, the water drenches down to the soil, and then it won't stay long, and then it goes to a level we refer as the water table. So, and then the plant continues to make use of the moisture in the soil and then grow.
Yeah, because they said as early end of this season, parts of Yobe, Jigawa, Sokoto, Kebbi, Kano, Katsina, Plateau State, Nasarawa, Taraba, Gombe, Bauchi, Cross River, Ebonyi, Ogun, and Lagos State, they will have early, while the other states will have little dry seasons. That is between 22nd of July and 2nd of August. So I think we are now going down to the prediction now, truly, because in Abuja we've been having constant rain. And then they said some parts also, Ogun, Uyo, Ekiti, will likely have a low rainfall. So from what we're seeing, is actually coming to play. All right, so now if that is the case again, what other farming practices should farmers look out for? Farming practices
that farmers should look out for is that they have to plant crops that their cycle periods are not too long, especially maize, cucumber, and then especially all those vegetable crops that their cycle is within a period of 3 months. Yes, so that by the time 3 months is exhausted, you must have harvested and probably planted again. And then understanding fertilizer application and pesticide pest control in those crops, so that your yield is not being affected. So in that case, you give the right portion of fertilizer, which is giving the adequate or the crop required fertilizer rate, so that the crops can grow and then produce a very nice yield. So because most of our farmers do not know the required quantity, and that's where it comes, making consultations from farmers or extension agents, so that they can guide you to apply all those things very appropriately, so that you can.
And I'm sure with the rain too, it might wash away the fertilizer that has been applied on the crop. So there's need for them to really seek the help of experts. So what do you think?
Yeah, not really. Because except if the farmer is planted on a swampy area where there is
Okay.
runoff water.
Okay.
But in situations or occasions where farmers plant where the land is not swampy or sandy soil per se, and the method of fertilizer application, we have the ring method, we have a drip methods. So yes, most of all those methods, once you apply, you should know the one that will do very, very well and that will be okay for you. Yes.
All right. So now for the remaining months, we are already, at the tail end of August.
Yes.
So we have September, we have October, we have the November. So what should farmers do?
Yeah, presently, if you look through Abuja now, you see that the rain is not heavy in this period. It's just shower. So that's to tell you that it's not inimical to farmers. So you can plant because it's not washing away your seeds. It's not washing away the soil surfaces. So you can make your ridges and plant again. So and then so that by the time it will be getting to that November, when the drought spell will be coming up, yeah, your seed must have been ready for harvest, or you'll be approaching harvest. So then you can make your harvest, and then food is ready and then available for those that wish to eat and then sell part of their produce to make income.
All right. So now with the whole thing, what advice generally do you have for farmers, for those that are looking out for the rain, for those that are looking out for dry season? Generally, what advice from a plant breeder that you are, what words do you have for them?
Yes, I want to make the farmers understand that one, you need to know the variety of crop that you're planting, because you need to know what variety and what its performance, how does it behave when you plant it, so that you know what is the gestation period. When we say gestation period, is the time frame from planting to harvest. So that you'll be able to know that at this time of planting, after like 3 months or 90 days, you will be harvesting your crop. So that's one. Two, you need to apply the right quantity of fertilizer, not wasting your fertilizer. And then other practices like pesticide control, especially fall armyworm in the case of maize, so that they don't cause total crop loss to the maize that you planted. So, and then most importantly, you need to know where do you get your seed from. What is its vigor, what is its stability, so that you'll be able to predict what quantity of maize you're going to be harvesting at the end of how many tons that you're going, because that's the importance. Not just planting, because after planting you need the yield. That's what is majorly important. So.
All right, farmers, you heard it from an expert himself. The most important thing is the seeds. You must know and get the right seeds to use. And farmers don't need to panic about the prediction or the delayance of the rain, as most of us thought it was going to affect, farming season. But as we can see, you can have, all through farming. You can also have the dry season farming. Just know the right thing to use. Your agronomical practice is very, very important. So try as much as possible to know it and get the right seeds. Make sure that everything you need is appropriately, applied. And if you want to have more questions or you want to get more information, you can, of course, call us or watch one of our programs where we tell you more about improved seeds and everything about agriculture. Thank you so much, Mr. Kenneth, for being part of the program.
You're welcome.
I'm sure we'll get to see more of you. Thank you, our cameraman. Thank you, our director. Thank you, everyone, for making this program a success. From all of us, I am Hilda Homsen Fetom saying, keep watching ARCN television in this capital city of Abuja.